2024 exclusive MOTU Origins cartoon collection Tuvar and Baddrah set was revealed. So join us as we talk about the details right now on Toy Habits Live.
And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits. I'm Michael.
And I'm the Toy Sorceress, and you're watching Toy Habits Live. How's it going, Michael?
It's going awesome. Such a cool news day today. We're like, hey, let's just go on live and see what people think about it, and let's chat about it.
Yes, I have so many thoughts. And I'm sure everybody in the chat has so many thoughts, but and we're going to dive into it. But I want to say something. Many moons ago, when we were talking about this is a possible SDCC exclusive, and way before we got a source that kind of confirmed our thoughts, you came up with this brilliant theory that wouldn't it be cool, since Origins is modular, that they did a figure 2-pack with a torso that you put it together, because there was this brilliant graphic that Joel Curiel had made that showed that idea, and that's exactly that. And I was like, you know what, Michael, you're brilliant. That would be the perfect thing for an SDCC exclusive. And this is many, many months ago. We talked about this. Yes. I thought it was a brilliant idea. I gave you kudos back then. I'm giving them to you again now. And here we are many months later, and the 2-pack has come to fruition. Now, it's the cartoon collection 2-pack.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about what that means, but it's still a too bad. And don't fret, people, because we have clues that Origins Vintage Too Bad would be coming pretty soon. But what do you think, Michael?
Yeah, I'm super excited that they did this, because I think everybody and their mother wanted them to separate Too Bad into Tuvar and Baddrah, and they finally did it, albeit in the cartoon collection. I was expecting them to do this in the Origins line, but I'm excited. It's kind of weird to have it in the cartoon collection because he was never separated in the cartoon.
I know, that's so true. But I think, the parts are all there. We'll talk about it. It was pretty easy to do in the cartoon collection. It was very cost effective for them, and we'll go through the details. And I think we have clues of why he'll be coming for Origins Vintage. But before we do that, why don't we dive into the chat and say hello to all who is here?
Good.
Sweet. Let's check it out. We got Jason Fitz, awesome crew member, is here. We got Retro Player 23. We got Sir Eldor, another amazing crew member, and someone who put a funny meme out today that we're going to talk about later. Sir Eldor, you cracked me up, and congratulations for being a member for 4 months. We got Brian Woodruff here. We also have Right Hand of Skeletor. Don't want to know what that right hand was used for. We have in the house, it is the Frankie Rivera, one of our OG crew members. We got Dwight. We got, you guys are having a long conversation, so sorry I have to scroll for a while to get to the other people. We also have crew member Mint with Card joining us. Crew member Bingham is here. And none other than amazing crew member and friend of the channel, and toy hunter extraordinaire with me. It is the Baroness of Toys. How's it going, Baroness? And me and the Baroness had fun yesterday out at the Geek Out Toy Fair down in La Mirada, and we found a bunch of cool stuff. So we can share some of that later. We got Joe Rizzo 30, crew member Joshua Robbins is also joining us. Dave Chanelli is here. We have the none and only extraordinary crew member Joe Coleman. It is Toy Habits Monday night time. How is it going, Joel?
Like Monday Night
Joe
Football.
and none other than the other amazing crew member. It's like you guys are coming in a 2-pack here. It's like Too Bad and Baddrah. Neil Hunter Hyde is also joining us. How's it going, you two? Good to see you in the chat. Crew member JMax77 is joining us. We have a new crew member, Fran Captain America. Good to see you there. Crew member Too Bad Dad is also here. Mythic Dolphin is joining us. Oops, I got that skipped. Okay, Michael Herrera is also here. Jengen Prime is joining us. Crew member Stephen Komarak is here. Nathan Hurley, none other than crew member Rob 2023 is also joining us. And it is the absolutely awesome Pink Panther. Mr. MOTU is here. It is the one and only Berkey Allen, our friend, My Buddies Customs, and a big congratulations to crew member Daniel Huron, that's been a crew member for 15 months, and you and Daniel are going to be embarking on something kind of fun pretty soon, and you can talk about that in a bit. I'm going to stop because we have way too many people with all faults. Crew member Rachel Salinas, Daniel Hurley, Mason L, Scott Linting, crew member Giraffe, Bill Lanier, and so many more. And if we didn't get to you before, we'll flash some of your comments later. There's a whole bunch of people joining us. Happy to have you all here on a very special Monday. But Michael, let's dig into it. Incredible news. And we were expecting, but let's say hi to the ever-growing Toy Hop speakers.
Yeah, we have a ton of crew in the chat, but there are also folks that are not in the chat who are huge supporters, and we can't really do this without you, because without our viewers and support, we wouldn't have this channel. So really appreciate you. But yeah, let's dive in. Yeah, we got back in February of 2024, we got wind that this 2-pack was happening, and we really didn't know what they were going to be doing. Was it going to be cartoon collection? Was it going to be regular MOTU Origins, which people are clamoring for? And then we started to look at the 2-Bop Steady book really closely, and we're like, this provides a little blueprint for a 2-Bad cartoon collection figure. So all of the pieces, and Toy Sorceress, you are very great at breaking down all these pieces. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so a couple things. The buck that they use for the 2-Bop Steady, it's a kind of a more narrow, smaller buck. I've got, our friend visual effect here, the vintage 2-Bad, which has a much wider body. But you can see, sorry, I put it down here. So here's our friends. They're getting along. But it has a much wider body. And so then we took a look at what they were showing us for the 2-Bop Steady. And you can bring that one back on screen. It has a kind of narrower torso, and it's got a simplistic line in the middle. You can see the colors are separated very evenly. There's no little jagged edge or anything like the vintage one has. And of course, the arm gauntlets are very simplified. Although we'll put a pin in that. Which kind of gave us clues that, hey, maybe this might be a cartoon collection version, because in the cartoon, 2-Bad kind of had a little bit slimmer build, right?
Yeah.
And also he does have the legs have a lot more detail, so this is an exciting part on 2-Bop Steady. But the boots are from 2-Bad and Baddrah. Now, everybody, there's some detail in 2-Bop Steady to get excited about. So if you look at the waist piece on 2-Bop Steady and the one that came out today for 2-Bad is a classic waist piece on that shared torso, the wider torso. The Tuvar and Baddrah waist pieces have that simplified belt that has no detail on it. That looks like a cartoon collection figure. But that one, which is the shared torso, has the standard MOTU Origins buck waist piece. And keep in mind that waist piece can be disconnected. And I don't have a figure in front of me. Let me just grab, not Rossi. Poor pig
live demonstration.
So, the live demonstration, that waist piece can be separated, right? So it's not like when we get it can be separated from there. When we do get eventually a vintage version, I know, poor pighead. When we do get a vintage version eventually of 2-Bad, there's a possibility that they may redo that torso piece, maybe slightly edit it a little to give us some jag, or maybe make it a little wider, like the original vintage one. But we do have the waist, already there for a vintage one. And if you zoom in on the legs of Two Bop Steady there, you can take a look at that. Those are proportions of Origins legs, right? Not Cartoon Collection legs, because Cartoon Collection legs have that newer thigh look, and they're a little taller. These are Origins legs, and those Origins legs have quite a bit of sculpted detail in them. It's hard to see, but if you zoom in, they do have texture all over them, both the brown side and the black side. So that being said, you could easily see, and the boots are already there, and you know, he's got the little knee pads and everything. You could see that easily becoming the legs for a vintage style Too Bad, because it's got the right proportions already, right? It's the Origins size legs. Now, on the one that got released today, it's got the Cartoon Collection legs, the simplistic, you know, taller, more musculature looking Cartoon Collection legs that come with Too Bad and Baddrah, and you can take those one leg from each side and pop them in to that center torso. So right there between the Two Bop Steady and the pieces we saw today, technically we have almost everything we need for a vintage version of Too Bad, and maybe all they have to do is just give us slightly modified heads, or maybe they'll do something to slightly modify the torso, but the build is already there. So I think it's a very good hint that we will get an Origins version of Too Bad not too far along. Now, one thing that they did do is the arm gauntlets. They are reminiscent of what the cartoon looked like. If you remember the cartoon, and there's a specific episode from this where they picked up this mirror, but the figures did, yeah, you can see it there. They did have detail on their arm gauntlets, which is really nice. So, you know, they had the little rivets on the silver side, and then some sculpted detail on the brown side for Baddrah there. So those arms are already on this figure, which is great. They didn't just give us simplified arm gauntlets. Yeah. So the pieces, if you start putting all this together, we have pieces for a Cartoon Collection Too Bad, and almost everything you need for a vintage collection Too Bad. So that makes me happy. They did not waste any sculpting on anything. They're reusing pieces, obviously, as they've done with tons of these Turtles of Grayskull figures for other things. So that's why I'm trying to tell everybody not to fret, because it's all there, and it's probably coming separately, but I think it's going to be great. So, Michael, I'm going to let you give me your thoughts after we broke down all those parts.
No, I totally agree with all your parts breakdown. I do want them to actually heavily modify the Origins torso, because I want that same, even though they don't have the, if they don't give it an action feature, the arms have to sit, the pegs have to sit on the shoulders and up so they can punch each other. It's like, come on, guys. Let's not repeat a Road Ripper, right?
Yes, we absolutely need this. And I think they could easily do it. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I mean, you know, Too Bad would it be the same if you couldn't do his little action features. So that being said, this could easily be a deluxe figure. That's the reason that this torso is so wide, because the arms had to sit up here. So they needed the extra real estate to put the arms on the top and not the sides.
I need extra real estate.
That's a possibility. And you know, the mirror that this comes with is the ancient mirror of Avatar, which is a relic that He-Man and Malakiel went to look at the island of Avatar, and they came back with this mirror, and the mirror held all the ancient secrets of this island, and also ancient spells that Skeletor and his minions were trying to get a hold of. And of course, they got you know, stopped by the end of the episode. But I thought it was a really cool piece that, you know, because they all picked specific cartoon items to, I mean, you know, from the episodes to come with. So what do you think of the selection there for the artifact, or whatever, the cartoon artifact that they picked?
I thought it was great. Before I let you know my thoughts on that, just want to welcome Berkey Allen as a new member to the Toy Habits crew and channel. So thank you so much, Berkey, for your support. That's awesome. So nice to see you. And thank you for actually catching the stream in the beginning. It's awesome. So cool. Yeah, I thought this was awesome. It's a cool episode, and I love what they're doing with the artifacts. I could see this like hanging up in my house somewhere. So I'm like, huh, maybe I can convince my wife that we should hang this, make it a portrait. I thought it was.
There you go. The creepy face in the mirror.
Yeah, exactly. What I don't like, the only pictures that we have are with its mouth open, but in the cartoon, it actually talks. And so I don't know if it has like a lenticular that if you move around,
that would be really cool if they did do that. Yeah.
So, and I totally forgot to read the description of the Tuvar. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's in there.
Yeah, me too. You know what? And I do have it open, so I'm going to take a look. While I'm looking at that, why don't we address the Texas Toy Addicts comment here? Dan thinks that $50 is too much. Now let's break down the price. Let's talk about price real quick.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess this is a brilliant idea from Mattel, because you're essentially making people buy at least 2 of these, because if you want to display them both, you have to get 2 packs. Yeah. So that's already $100 in. And if you want to keep a pack to display, because it does have a cool display, if you just keep it on card or in the box, that's $150. And this is the reason why we are not getting a MOTU Origins Too Bad first. This thing is going to be funding this MOTU Origins buck that they're going to be using to complete that figure. So it's a brilliant idea. I mean, I've worked for corporations for the last 25 years, and like getting people to spend $150 on essentially 2 figures, brilliant. I mean, I got to give kudos to them for that.
And let's break down the cost of $50 for one. So you're getting 2 figures. The figures are ranging now between, $18, $20, $22, $23, depending on where you order it. Fan channels are a little more expensive. Amazon's a little cheaper. If God forbid, if you're able to find one at Target, it might be like $18 to $20. So, you have $40 there average. This is coming with an extra torso. So now you're kind of, and this big mirror piece. So now you're trending in sort of, deluxe figure range, which is a $25 price there. So, I think the value is there, and you have the special packaging, throw in a few extra bucks. So that's where you get $50 from, right? I think it makes sense. I think the price point is there. I don't think that it's overarching or over asking or overreaching for anything, considering you get 2 figures that can be turned into a third cool one. You got the cool packaging and that big mirror accessory. It seems right.
Oh, totally does.
Sorry,
yeah,
Dan.
I think they nailed the price on this one. And there's some things that were way overpriced, like that 4-pack He-Man. Like we were paying an extra like $80 or $100 for the box, right? But this is going to be on Mattel Creations, and it's going to be available on preview night for SDCC. So hopefully we will get our hands on one, and we could go live anytime we want down there, and we can show off the figure to everybody. So it'd be fun.
Which we will do. Hopefully if we get it in hand, if we're lucky enough to get one while we're in line, then we will absolutely show it off while we're there.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be hilarious.
Yeah, I know, right?
We'll go live whenever, wherever, standing in line, in a booth, whatever. But
whatever, yeah, we'll show it to you guys. Hopefully we get them. But how many do you want to buy? Are you getting all 3?
I'll buy 2 because I do want to make all 3. I don't keep very many things in the box, but yeah, I'll definitely be getting 2. And it'll help fund the MOTU Origins one. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna get 2 because I want to be able to display Tuvar and Baddrah separately, and then I want to have a Too Bad figure. So definitely need to get 2. Neil says that $50 is a lot of money. However, considering that's a limited run, and they're getting a lower MOQ than it comes in deluxe packaging, he's not mad at all. So I think we broke down the price fairly well, and it seems to make sense. It's fine. Too bad Dad's buying 3. Good for you,
Nice.
Dad.
It's in the name.
Hopefully,
I wouldn't expect anything else.
Yeah. You have to buy 3 of me.
I know, right? What are the odds we get a vintage style
Yeah.
one like this? Probably 0. I don't think they're going to be doing this for the Origins one, unfortunately. But I could be wrong. It might surprise me. Maybe if this does very well, maybe they'll be like, hey, let's get people to spend another $150 on a figure that should cost them $20. Let's do the math.
Yeah. Highly doubt it, but I don't doubt that maybe this will be a deluxe figure. It's going to be on Mattel Creations, so it might be, obviously it's going to come on some nice packaging, and it'll be, probably around $35.
Joshua, to answer your question in real time, it's going to launch in, what is it, 30 days, 13 hours, 39 seconds, 39 minutes, and now 4 seconds. So get ready. You got a month to prepare. Yeah.
July 25th, 9 a.m. Pacific.
Do those calisthenics that Hatter does when he wants to warm up to do those pre-orders. I know, right? Yes, got to stretch all the digits. You got to get ready for the captcha.
Come on.
But it's cool. Yeah, we can dive into the details of the figures and stuff. But I think the package design is fantastic. It's kind of like I love that the overlay is on the chests of Tuvar and Baddrah, and it's like he's like Skeletor zapping them together right as we speak.
That's really freaking cool. I love how it folds open and you have Skeletor zapping both of them, but then when it folds closed, the figures are facing the outside of the box.
Yes.
So you can leave it displayed like that as well. I think it was brilliant, like how they did this. I need this too bad. Ha, Veritas. You made a pun.
She's punny.
And we already covered when this is going up. You're punny. July 25th. And Alice and Troy, welcome Retro Toy Princess to the line. I think we have a coloring date on the 21st, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check that. I still owe you picking an image. So you got to go circle back and grab that. But I will. I promise, Allison. I got to send that to you. Alan says, I want enough to display all 3, but it's spendy. Hopefully they'll release all 3 separately later. They'll probably release 1 later, but I don't think we're going to get all 3 of them again.
Yeah.
Not a problem, Joshua. I mean, this is an incredible set. It's very cool. Now, do we want to? I think we already addressed this previously. Do we want to address the so-called elephant in the room of the other item we thought was going to be an SDCC exclusive, and we reeled that one back?
Oh, yeah, totally. So sometimes we get our wires crossed with the information that we get, and so I thought what we thought was going to accompany this 2-pack was also a She-Ra SDCC exclusive, but we got clarification that the figure, they said, hopefully should be around the time of SDCC, so we're hoping to actually see that at the con. And Mattel's not done doing their Unlock Fandom event, so who knows, but I highly doubt it that she'll be an exclusive.
And that's going to segue into what we're going to talk about. We're going to have a special show on Thursday this week instead of Friday. I know that some scheduling conflicts this week, but we will be talking about.
We're not doing that one this week. We're doing that in a couple weeks.
Oh, we're doing that in a couple weeks. Okay, but I thought we are going to put out that article. Okay,
no,
but we'll be discussing.
It was the HasLab Rattler one that we're doing this week.
Oh, you're right. My bad. My bad. Too bad.
Want to get up.
Anyway, scratch what I just said.
Okay.
I think we're gonna see some cool stuff. Anyway, strike that.
No, there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, so this is probably the only Origins exclusive, but actually that doesn't preclude a Masterverse exclusive, does it? Interesting.
It does not. And we already have this guy for Masterverse. I pulled all my 2-bads for the stream, and he came out perfect. I mean, for us, our 7-inch scale figure for Masterverse, like they could not have done a better job. If you don't have this Too Bad yet, I highly recommend it. He's incredible. I think, you know, one of the best figures they did on the whole Masterverse line. Like he's awesome, and you know, I think this is great. I really love the animated look of their faces because, you know, in the cartoon, Too Bad was always so like silly, and they were two like, you know, bumbling idiots, and they just have that cute like cartoon face, and you can just imagine them, you know, doing their shtick with each other. I just think they're great. They really are.
Yeah, it's funny. I was rewatching that episode where that mirror came from today, and yeah, they're total idiots, and like their voices are hilarious. Like it's funny because like if you look at them, you wouldn't think that they would have like such idiotic like voices and like things that they're doing, but they do because they look so like evil.
Yep. And yeah, it's a fun episode to rewatch, especially now that you see this mirror and you're like, well, what the heck is this mirror? Well, now when you rewatch that episode, it totally makes sense. So
yeah, in
the episode, it is called The Ancient Mirror of Avatar. If you're thinking of watching it, it's great because then this puts it all in context. But it holds all the ancient secrets of the most powerful island that was on Eternia and that vanished. So they found the hidden island. They found that.
Super psyched about this one. Yeah, she wanted to get her hands on that because it had all the evil spells too. So she wanted to get those.
Exactly. That's why Skeletor wanted to get the mirror. And they were foiled.
Always foiled. But no, I think the pack looks great, and I really love what they did here, and I wish that they would do this with a lot more like figures or characters, and just kind of it's super unique. Like this is the first time they've ever done this, and it looks great.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm so happy to see your brilliant you know, theory come to fruition. I think it's incredible. I never thought like they would actually do it, but we always thought like it's modular, it makes sense, it could be done. And the new thing is that people are not used to removing the legs on their Origins figures, but it can be done. Obviously, you see it there. You know, the only way you can remove these really is if you heat them. So I think they just changed the tolerances on the ball joints to make it easy to pull the legs on and off.
That's a good idea.
So I think it's brilliant. And you know, the other thing that this reminds me of, and I've got it sitting up here, is the 2019, I think it is, PowerCon exclusive set with Prince Adam and He-Man, and it had that same kind of like plastic layover, but it opened up like a book. So you opened them up and you saw the figures, and it had like Skeletor on the outside of that plastic. It gives me those kind of vibes. I think it's great what they did.
Oh, totally. Yeah, it's so funny because I was there in 2019 and I was like, I'm not going to stand in line for this. I'll just get it later. And then later didn't happen. And so
and then it was
for it.
You see it? You see it up there?
Yes.
The 2-pack. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see Skeletor
cool
on the overlay. Yeah. It's pretty cool. So brilliant idea. This thing's gonna sell like hotcakes, and I hope they have enough on Mattel Creations. They've been doing pretty good about getting enough quantities lately. So.
I hope so. Yeah, because I guess they have to produce these, so they have a limited number already, and we have to actually plan out how we're gonna get all this stuff too. Because one, we're gonna be there. Like, do we wait in line? Do we hop on a hotspot and try Mattel Creations? Do we do both? It's going to be pretty crazy.
So, okay, so this goes out on the 25th at 9 a.m., which is, I believe, the Thursday of
basically right when the show starts.
Comic-Con. Let me look. It's not preview night, so exactly in the morning. So this was going to be available that morning at Comic-Con, or is it going to be available like on preview night?
It's going to be available starting preview night.
You said at the con.
I don't know if it's going to like how many days it's going to be there, but it's probably there while supplies last, I'm sure.
Not that anyone cares out there, but our game plan, so that you can see him early, is that maybe we should try and get him preview night. And if we can't, then we'll go on Mattel Creations and try to get them on our phones.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a fab idea, and everybody will care.
I totally missed it, but luckily, Too Bad is still the vintage one's fairly cheap. If you don't have one of these, like, go on eBay, pick one up. We got the link on our, quick links on our vintage MOTU shopper. Just look them up. This is such a fun vintage figure. He's incredible. I hope that they incorporate that when we get a vintage one eventually.
Oh, totally. Dave made a really funny comment. If you split Too Bad, would that be Breaking Bad? That's awesome. I love that. Yes, you would.
It would. And now that we're cracking jokes, can we talk about the faux pas that we saw on the incredible photography? And I don't know if you have
I do.
Masterversal Toy Hunter's hilarious meme. Oh, yes. Good. Oh, good. So this is so funny.
Before we say what happened, I'm just going to show this meme and hopefully let me hide it first so I can just get it to play when I want it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. It's on backwards. Oh my gosh. Masterversal Toy Hunter, genius. That was an amazing find, Toy Sorceress, and good job, Masterversal Toy Hunter. That was so freaking hilarious.
Your elder, you were cracking me up at work. I was like, what the hell? Oh my god. His butt is facing the wrong way.
Yes, and this was the butt of all jokes today. All through the Instagram feed, everything was like circling this thing. It's like, how the heck could they miss this? Come on, guys. This is a professional photo shoot. It's going on Mattel Creations. It's like it's a rookie move, but it's hilarious.
I know. So the belt piece, obviously on any of the vintage, bucks or here on the waist, has to have the little buttons on the belt, and then it comes down, which we saw in another image there, but with the torso by itself. And when they connected it, they put it backwards with his butt. So his butt is facing up towards us.
Can't tell if he's coming or going. It's Too Bad.
Exactly. He's like, we got dressed backwards.
Rickster, that's too bad. Oh my gosh. Maybe Giraffe, you dare question Skeletor's magic that joined him. Skeletor did it, so maybe that was his fault.
He twisted his spell there.
So funny. That's hilarious. Like with all of the checks and balances that go through, like putting stuff online for a corporation, this is an obvious, like, what the heck was going on?
What the fuck? What the fuck happened? And you know what's funny though, Michael? Yeah.
No, I was gonna say like,
they have them so cleverly. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's all good. No.
Oh, I was gonna say they have him so like cleverly posed in that photo with his arms up and each side's kind of looking like this to the side, and so it was very purposefully posed. You can obviously tell, but then nobody noticed that his waist was on backwards and his butt is facing us. But the rest of the shot is like brilliant, right? It's so cute and it's so Too Bad, and then they do this.
That's hilarious. Now, this is a good question, like from Cobweb Collector, like, or it spurs a question, like, how many ass cheeks does Too Bad have, right? Or did he just split it right down the middle and he just has two? And we're not going to talk about how the heck he goes to the bathroom anyway. I don't even want to know that.
We don't even want to know that. But if you look at all of these loincloths, he's only got two butt cheeks.
Oh my god, yeah, it's so funny, Erica. I was thinking the same thing, like, is it a mistake or is it done on purpose to generate news or generate buzz? It's a good question. I was thinking about that too. I was like, how much of these things like are these done on purpose? Because this would never pass at all.
No, it's funny, and maybe it wasn't on purpose, but that's a great excuse. And they can be like, yeah, we did it purposely to create buzz.
But interestingly, it's only Tuvar that is like on the mini comic, which is weird. So I guess we'll figure out.
Yeah, that is weird.
Crack it open and read it. But I was like, why aren't both of them on there?
Why aren't both of them on the cover?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
And that's like a strange version of Skeletor's face on there. I mean, it's like, I don't know.
Of Tuvar's face, yeah.
But
yeah, it looks like he has like Galactic Skeletor's helmet on. I forget if it was the Texas Toy Addict that I was chatting with today that he was like, that was kind of a miss, like not to include the helmet in there too, or like other things. Like,
yeah,
but I guess the cartoon.
Yeah, they should have, and the laser rifle.
Yeah,
which is very cool, which we did get in the Masterverse version right here.
Yes,
with the double barrel on. It's right there on the comic book cover.
Yes,
for $50, we could have got a couple of little extra pieces. A helmet and a rifle would have been nice.
Yeah, and the Retro Toy Princess makes a good point because she's always talking. She has all tooling going in her head all the time. That helmet would work for a New Adventures character too. So.
Yeah,
that would be
New Adventures characters. I'm just sneak peeking some things I picked up this weekend.
I knew you would do that. I was setting you up. Yes, it is coming with a comic. Ooh, interesting. Question from Giraffe. Would you guys want a Modulock done with this sort of buck with Mantenna legs, question mark, or more like the original toy where everything was modular? They got to make it like the original toy. It's got to be the beast of 1,000 whatever poses or whatever. I don't know. They got to make it. They got to make all those parts. This figure will help fund that.
We won't go there.
A lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably won't come with a trading card, Clint. Sorry to burst your bubble because it is coming with a mini comic. Usually they don't put both in there. So yeah. Apologies, my friend. And I know you want a mega version of. I know Clint would love a mega version of Too Bad. So we need to will that into existence too, just for Clint.
You you mean resurrect the line that's like now dead? Yeah. There's no more mega constructs. Sorry, Clint.
Oh, poor guy. Miss Allison wants a Modulock and Multibot vintage style, but compatible with all Origins figures, so we can do a proper multi-beast. That is brilliant, Miss Allison. So yes, I hope we get that too.
Yes,
we need all this stuff, and it's so funny because everybody's like, when are they going to finish the Origins line? Origins line is probably going to bleed out for another couple of years, I'm sure. they're gonna have a slow burn to the end of the line because they still want to keep people engaged and still buying stuff like this.
Absolutely. Sorry, Clint. We didn't mean to upset you.
Oh no.
it's hard. It's hard, but the line's gone, you know. Back to Mattel. Don't shoot the
put it in the suggestion box, Clint. I'm as sad as you are. I like that line.
Yeah.
But
although I still have not built the rest of my Snake Mountain and my Eternia Central Tower. It's still sitting in its box.
Oh yeah, I have not built that yet. Yes, I've built Snake Mountain twice, and it's staying where it is.
Yeah, you have. I think I got traumatized for you, so I only got like one part of a tower, like one piece of it done, and I stopped.
It's an investment. Just like this, spending whatever $150 if you want to get 3 of these guys. So,
oh my god,
brilliant idea. Brilliant to do it in the cartoon collection. A little weird, albeit, but it probably would have worked better in Origins if they did it this way. I don't know, and people be like, "Oh, I just wanted a regular carded one, like the vintage style."
That's probably why they didn't do it. That's probably why they didn't do it, because this gives them stuff to release for the cartoon collection, and it keeps people wanting more. And then eventually you'll get your single carded Too Bad on Mattel Creations on this cool little slick back, card back thing that pulls out and all that good stuff. So.
Yes. Want to say a quick hello to Danny Phillips, huge friend of the channel. And Danny, I'm still looking for the Rainbow Bright that I had delivered. I will get that to you as soon as I find her, because she is in this room somewhere. But Yeah, he lives in the
Which
UK.
rainbow bug did Jenny get? The posable one, the ragdoll.
Yeah, so yeah, they had it on Walmart.com. I think it's the same one that you got, and so he was like, "Pick one up if you see her." I was like, "Yeah." So I just had one delivered. I just haven't gotten it in the mail yet, but it will be coming.
Oh, it's really cool. I love that little figure doll or action doll or whatever you want to call it. And I'm hitting that booth when we're in SDCC.
I know, Miss Allison Troy. Miss Allison Troy. I will pick up a set from Miss Allison Troy. I'm going to say that on the air right now. So she wants one. What is up, Kenzo's Creations? Glad you can join us. Yes, you're right about the glorious.
Phil says that Collector Phil, do you have extra intel? I'm just using my, putting 2 and 2 together with all of the clues and looking at the history of what Mattel has done to tell us I'm sure it should be coming. But if you're telling me that I'm absolutely right, then that should make everybody watching the stream super happy. So maybe Collector Phil has some intel.
Yes. Any word on possible origins reveals at SDCC? So in a couple, so here you can tease this one in a couple, happening in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
if you want to tease it now, it's all good. No, if you want to tease it now, it's all good to give people something to look forward to.
But we will talk about it. Don't worry, it's coming.
Yeah, we have a lot of ideas. So, let's see. Oh yes, Allison's referring to those. What was it? The strawberry shortcake figures. Bring out the olives and
strawberry right. Yeah.
So funny.
So I was like,
all about the olives.
Well, I don't understand the olives thing, but it's hilarious wherever that came from. And Collector Phil says it's his intuition. Well, it's my intuition too. So hopefully between the two of us, maybe we'll be right.
Yes. Man, if this is just like a flavor of what we're gonna see at SDCC, like this is gonna be, and maybe this is how SDC is done. Like every other year is gonna be like the cool booth year. Like last year it was good but not great. The year before was epic. No, with the tournament. Oh gosh.
Yeah, last year it was just okay. It felt like a PowerCon reveal, not an SDCC reveal, to be honest with you, because they were absent from PowerCon, right?
And I keep forgetting about that huge chunky Horde Trooper, Geldor, and what the heck else did they reveal that day? That they did like a Instagram stream or a YouTube stream.
Oh yeah, like a month ago.
Yeah, it was like a couple. It was like a few months ago now.
Yeah. Yeah. Those two, Demo and Man, then I think it was like Extendar, which we already got, and Rockon. Demo Man, you're right.
Yeah. Those three. So I'm sure we'll see those.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, that's
thank you to Cobbler Collector who gifted a Joy Habits membership to one of our lucky viewers in the chat today. So thank you, Cobbler Collector. Very, very kind of you. Yes. And yes, it was Demo Man.
Yes.
And I love olives too. Bring on the olives. You're in the Paradise system.
Yeah, Snake Lair will be at SDCC, so that you can count on. So there's at least two things that we know that are going to be there: this 2-pack or this multi-pack and Snake Lair. So that's awesome. I was super excited to see this. I wasn't expecting this reveal today. I was expecting it sometime this week, and I was like, why can't they do this stuff on the weekend, please? Like especially with Master, because everybody and their mother loves this stuff. Like they have time on the weekend to soak it in, enjoy it, and they don't have to worry about spending time away from work enjoying it. And it's like, enjoy it on your off time and like do these reveals on the weekend, please.
I know. It's like I get into work super early, and as soon as I got there, I had emails and meetings with people right then. And I didn't see this for, a couple hours. So, 8 or 9 a.m. after I saw your messages, like, oh my God, this dropped already, and you're like by that time you're like in the middle of your workday, and it's like you're absolutely right. It's so hard to like enjoy it or catch up to the news.
Yeah. I know, it's like it's this is why I don't read the descriptions from Mattel Creations when they do it, because it's like, all right, got to get it out, and then I got to go do something else and go back to work. Miss Allison, let's see. My guest, Too Bad SDCC on Mattel Creations in July. Yes, that's confirmed. Demo Man in August, Geldor in September, Strobo in October, Plasmar in November. Ooh, making way for Rio Blast in the beginning of 2025. Interesting. I like your theories, because it's all about the tooling. If you'll follow her logic there, it's like got to get Rio Blast, and to get the tooling for Plasmar and vice versa. So love that. Very cool. And yeah, we know it is late for the folks on the East Coast, so apologies for the late stream, but we had a long day.
It was a work day, so we had things to take care of. Cartoon Collection Shira is on her way. Will we see her at SDCC? Put a pin in
we
that.
Hope. We hope.
But we hope.
So.
And I sure hope so, Allison, because
she said the magic word.
I need a hero.
That's right. Yeah, you do.
Exactly.
Is that because
we need hero?
His other name? Is that because his other name is his name Hero?
Yeah. Exactly. I need a hero.
Oh my gosh, did you get your shipping notification for the Mondo soft vinyl Scareglow?
I did.
I did.
Now I gotta find space for him.
Yeah, you do. It's like the never-ending thing. So it's all good.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited about this figure, and it was fun to chat about it with everyone. And it seems like everybody is like, they're bummed that the Origins one didn't come first, but they're still like, this is still a very cool pack, and I can't wait to see this in person.
Yeah, it's gonna be super fun, and I don't know about you, but I've been totally enjoying the Cartoon Collection figures. None of them have disappointed. They've all been really cool. They're all been done really well. They're very nostalgic because now we have, filmation in plastic form that are done really good. I know we had the Super 7 5.5 vintage style.
Ooh, yes.
But
the 7-inch ones,
tiny and like proportions a little not as good. I think they're doing these great.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it looks like Kenzo got the Necromancer red version too. So he's got 2 on the way, or he got 2 of the soft vinyl ones. I don't know. So who knows? But Kenzo, clarify, because inquiring minds want to know.
Yes, and Hero can save us. Hero brought me and Michael together. So he's also so ultra.
That is true. That is true. Yes, Timbo from Limbo. These are Cartoon Collection figures. There's the little Cartoon Collection logo at the bottom, and the Cartoon Collection figures are devoid of a lot of detail because it's Cartoon Collection.
And which makes sense because it makes it easier for them to get it out as an SDCC exclusive. They typically, when they do these exclusives, they tend to reuse parts they already have tooled. It makes it easier for them to get it out by convention time, and they already have the torso for Two Bop Steady that's being, shipped or released shortly from Target. So.
Yeah, and that was another surprise that one day too. I was like, "What? What's going on?" So many.
Yeah,
things.
I know. On Friday, I know that was fun to like wake up to and run downstairs. I gotta get my laptop.
Yeah. Yes. Good night and good journey, Mr. Brian. Awesome. Good. Anything else to cover off on Too Bad? Let's see. Let's see the countdown. This is not like a crowdfund, right? The time is going backwards. But yes, still 30 days, 13 hours. No, 13. I can't do this. 30 days, 13 hours, 10 minutes.
It's
and
the final countdown.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to do that, right?
Oh my God. Should we do like a 30-day live stream
so
where we're on the air for 30 days just watching this countdown? No.
You could do that with Oz. I'm sure
Oh my God. Oz would totally do that. I think I'm gonna DM him on
I
Instagram.
know. Yeah. I'd be like
Ooh,
faded by the end of it. And out of
Danny with a cool theory. Despara Masterverse SDCC, because Despara, sorry if you have not watched the latest Revolution series, but spoiler, Despara was in the end. So that would be a really cool one to do. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
We need a Masterverse bow for sure. That's absolutely right.
Yeah, we do.
It's time for some pop figures.
Yes, yes, totally. Totally.
Yeah.
All right.
Set up a clock in the background. Yeah, we need a countdown timer. Right. Yeah. So, I got some cool pickups over the weekend, and some stuff came in today too. So, I was going to share that for a moment if we're wrapping up.
We are, yes. So you want to share your haul? Be my guest.
Yeah. Well, first of all, big thank you to Jason Tran who tracked down the one Street Shark slash that I don't have yet and sent this to me. So Jason, you are super sweet. Thank you so much. Now Ripster and Jab are going to be complete, and they have their little nemesis buddy to go against. So really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Also, this weekend, I was at a toy fair out in La Mirada that was put on by one of the local toy shops, and they picked up these two carded new adventure figures. So I got Flipshot and Flog, and I'm debating whether to open these. I don't know. They're not worth that much sealed, different than they're worth, open. But I didn't buy them for that. I mean, I really like the figures, and they're complete, and they're in great shape. So that's TBD. And then I think you got yours too, but my ferret came in the mail today, so I haven't opened this yet, but can't wait to get the twinsies on there. And then Michael, I got my collector a few days ago. Oh, the box is gorgeous. It's so big. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. I don't know where it's gonna be set up on display or anything, so that's why it hasn't gotten open yet. So anyway, I don't know if there's anything else you want to share. Oh, and there's one more thing I know I've been complaining about for the longest time, but one of the things I was able to find at the toy fair, and I already opened her up out of the package, but I was able to track down a McFarlane Classic Wonder Woman in her Chase Classic colors, which was incredible. There was a McFarlane rep at this toy fair we were at this weekend. I was there with the Baroness. We did some fun toy shopping, lots of vintage toys, but was able to pick this up at a fairly decent price. Just a little bit over retail, but not nearly what it's selling for in the aftermarket. So I'm so happy to finally get this one. And I had picked up the Classic Colors Penguin at a vintage toy shop 2 weeks ago. So now the two grails of McFarlane figures I was looking at for Michael, I've found. So super happy to have those. Yeah, so that was some of the things I got this weekend. Yeah, I don't know if you had anything fun you wanted to share.
Not visually, but I did pick up a vintage Cobra Cat, the Sears exclusive repaint of the Mobat, so that was fun. But yeah, I'm just still building out cool. And I'm actually reorganizing and rearranging at the moment, so it's everlasting.
You're really diving into all the vintage Joe stuff lately, which is cool. Which is super cool.
Yeah, my goal is not to get everything, but just to get the stuff that I liked and is cool.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't be able to fit everything in your room anyway. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. I was driving the the crew crazy. If anyone sees this Wonder Woman, pick her up. Well, now I finally have her.
There you go. Awesome. Yeah,
Good
it's
to
like now it doesn't occupy your mind anymore.
No, you don't have to look for her at Target for me anymore.
Yay! That and the penguin. I was
One
like,
less one
woo!
left.
I've been looking every time. I
Yeah,
swear.
I know, right?
I just got lucky with that.
I know. I was looking at mine too.
Hawkman
Yeah, the penguin.
Like-
The penguin looks great. Is in his classic colors. He's down there. I didn't grab him, but yeah, that one was super cool too. And I paid the same price for him as I paid for Wonder Woman, and so they were totally reasonable. Actually, I think I got a good deal on them. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's awesome.
That was great. But this was a lot of fun.
Cool.
This was a lot of fun sharing this with all you guys, and hopefully we make everybody feel better about Too Bad. So.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I like to hear people's opinions about it, good or bad. Haha. But no, this was really fun. Yes, and remember everyone that we will be on this Thursday instead of Friday. We're actually hosting the good people at Toy Hunters Hollow. If you follow them on Instagram, they live locally. They're moving out of state, so we're having them over for dinner on Friday. And so
nice.
that their schedule is pretty booked. And like, if that's the only time, I'm like, I'm gonna move the live stream because I want to have them over for dinner.
Totally fine. They're toy royalty, so they get your absolute attention that day. Give them a big
sweet. I will.
Yeah. All right. So, Neil, did I miss whatever Toys R Us was going to tease? Yeah, you probably did. I may have tuned out for a minute while registering for a class.
You guys are gonna have to jump on Discord.
Stay tuned, Neil.
Have a little mini hot tub session.
Apparently, I mixed up the month this morning in an email too, and I put an 8 instead of 6. So I guess I'm tired.
Yeah, you know what? It happens. It's all good. Yeah. It happened.
I'm like, it's June, not August. What am I doing?
Yeah,
anyway,
you don't want to add months.
But we have a lot of fun stuff coming in the next week. I know. Of course, we don't want to do that. But yeah, we do have a lot of exciting news coming in the next few weeks. So stay tuned to toyhabits.com. Stay tuned to the YouTube channel here as well. And you never know what we're going to talk about. So we've got a lot of exciting things in the books.
Yes. Yeah, it was exciting talking about this with everyone. And you East Coasters, have a good night. West Coasters, get dinner, start thinking about bed. But have a good night, everyone.
Exactly. Night, everybody.
Bye, y'all.